33 moments that made us smile in 2020. 33. Not 31, not 22, not 15, not top 10. 33, of course. Rolling Stone magazine. And, of course, they're showing the number everywhere, amongst several other of their numbers. And so we're going to take a look at this just to see the type of mind control that people are under, because it's awful. It's horrible to see. It's like all of your entertainment is evil. I'm sorry to break this to you. I don't know, like if you know somebody that reads Rolling Stone magazine, you just have to take them away from it. Say, that's evil. Don't read this. But anyways. So from a TikTok musical to a flute solo to a 10-year-old drummer showing up, Dave Grohl, we found a few moments that weren't completely terrible in the dumpster fire that was 2020. And here they show you some of the characters that they're going to feature here. Looking back on 2020, there will be standout moments. Where were you when you realized the severity of COVID-19? I don't know. I guess the severity of the scamdemic is what you're asking, maybe? When you found out that the shutdown was coming to your town, your city, for millions of Americans, the moment you lost your job. How sick are these people? They're asking you, where were you the moment that you lost your job? Where were the moment that we came and took away all your rights? Where were you, right, when we forced quarantine you? Like, hey, yeah, it's okay, Rolling Stone, it's all good, right? It's totalitarianism, it's satanic, but yeah, let's go along with it. For millions more, you found out that a parent or loved one got sick or died from disease. Okay, yeah, really, millions more? Millions? Millions more. For nearly everyone, the moment you found, and this is, I always, lament isn't the right word, but I always hate with an extreme passion when these are the things that we all celebrated. We were all touched by Taylor Swift. These are the things that, what Beyonce did made us all smile. This type of, you're all a bunch of retards in a hive mind, and we all think the same. Therefore, here's your mind control. Here's your idiotic, frickin', cotton candy, equivalent entertainment, garbage, news drivel / propaganda. It's just so evil. Anyways. So, yeah, the moment you found out that you had lost a friend or a treasured icon. See, the treasured icon. Go and screw yourself. Screw all your phony deaths. Screw all your bullcrap. It was a series of emotional moments because everything else was the same, stuck in our homes. Everything else was the same, but stuck in our homes. It became hard to differentiate between days, weeks, months. It was only the moments that stood out. So we impatiently look forward to the 306th day of March on December the 31st. Instead of looking back on the overwhelming sadness, we're revisiting the small moments that brought us a smile. And I don't know what they're saying here with the 306th day of March. But anyways, this was as much an exercise for the staff of Rolling Stone as it was a service to our readers, forcing ourselves to reflect, forcing themselves, on what brought us joy when so much of what we covered was shuttering venues and dying stars. For many, it was a particular meal, like the time an editor ordered unshucked oysters to her house as a treat, or a day spent with the family. You're not allowed to do that, by the way. There was only one rule. No schadenfreude. This was not the place to embrace the pleasure we got from watching others in pain, no matter how much ironic that pain might seem. This was a place for pure joy, fleeting moments that helped us get through this awful year. Here's to finding the best in 2021 too, no matter what fresh hell it brings. The people that write this deserve to burn in hell. It is the reality, right? The reality is evil people run these corporations. That's all there is to it. And I'm going to prove it to you just by looking through this. Now, look at this. The first thing they show, Lizzo crushes it on the flute at 2020 Grammy Awards. Holy moly macaroni. Look at the size of this thing. Now, I think maybe somewhere I've covered Lizzo, whatever. And check this out. Today, trending, of course, and this article just came out today, by the way, so ironically, of course, right? Lizzo explains detox juice cleanse after backlash. Every big girl should do whatever they want, of course. Lizzo responds to backlash for sharing smoothie detox. Big girls do whatever you want. So, from what I can gather, this thing called Lizzo, who was being used for body positivity. I just want you to think about that. This is your 2020 body positivity model. You know, like the Tess Holiday, kind of the black version of Tess Holiday, I imagine. And again, I don't know who these effing people are. I mean, to me, they're not even people, right? They're just... And I'm not here to make fun of obese people, because you've got more problems than, than people making fun of you. That's for sure, right? So, but if you think about it, body positivity, well, how can somebody this large have body positivity? Because your body's going to kill you. That's all. It's that simple. YouTube community. I mean, if you're this big, if you're 400 or 500 pounds, you're going to die. That's all. You're going to die because of the size of your body. So how can you be positive about the size of your body? Well, the New World Order wants to turn you into marshmallows. They want you big, fat, lazy, stupid, hooked up to their mind control, eating all their toxic, genetically modified glucose, fructose, absolute fake food and everything else. And so they give you characters like this to make you feel like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. No, there's a lot wrong with you if you're that big. There's a lot wrong with you if you're that big. And I always say, if somebody's that big and they don't have any problems with it and they can laugh with it and they don't give a damn, like a jolly fat person, then I like that person. But let's be honest, most people that are of this size are not well, obviously, physically, and it's very, very, very difficult to be well mentally if you're so unwell physically. So these are the last people in the world that should be talking about body positivity. It's so silly too when you think about it, body positivity, because like it's a ruse first and foremost. I mean, it's just a complete lie. Right? It's like, no, you have to be body positivity. You're a big girl. You're an awesome girl. You're extra cushy. You're extra this, extra that. No, you're just extra large and you're going to die. That's all. Right? If you're happy with that and you don't give a damn, then don't care what anybody says and be your own self, and then more power to you. And they'll probably like you because you have a strong personality. But for the most part, these people are in awful condition. I mean, you're morbidly obese. You could die any moment, sort of thing, right? It's a very serious situation, and no way should this be triumphed or used as positive role models. But that's the inverse, inside out, satanic world that they create. They put these characters because they want you to emulate this, and they want you to think, nah, it's all right, just eat that, eat the Twinkies, eat that, eat the the fake ice cream that we made here. So they talk about this woman. I guess she played the flute. I don't know. Can she play the flute? Good for her then, good for her. Big deal, right? And then they tell you how awesome it is because Kobe, of course, was there, and because I love you. Truth hurts. Interesting. I'm crying because I love you. And, yeah, it's a fitting start. So this is how they started the year. Then they go to DJ Nice. DJ D Nice launches Club Quarantine. So Club Quarantine here with all the purple. I hate DJs, by the way. I don't hate you if you're a DJ. I mean, it's not, you're not a musician, and you shouldn't be taking the place. I mean, we should have, like, like in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, these big jazz bands, and everybody would dance, and it would just be wild and amazing. Instead, we got these dorks that go up and mix your mind control, basically. So, no, I'm not a fan of DJs. I talked about it in the Supreme Lord Commander. But this all ties in because he launches a Club Quarantine. So March 17th, I mean, we're just barely starting with the scamdemic, and this guy's already launched a Club Quarantine. Of course, because he's a shill of the New World Order. That's why. That's simple. COVID-19 first forced Americans to stay home in the middle of March, the Ides of March. The virus is evil. Oh, it's evil. Really? Is it? The virus is... Yeah, your scamdemic is evil. Yeah, I agree with that. And even the timing was cruel. Streets were empty and social distancing cut plans for barbecues, pool parties, and other markers that the spring had begun. D-Nice, pardon me, to the rescue. The ex-Boogie Down Productions member started spinning live on Instagram that first Saturday of quarantine, and suddenly we didn't mind. We didn't mind. Suddenly we didn't mind. Yeah, my fist would like to, maybe disagree with you. Is that okay? Can my fist come and make contact with your mouth, sort of thing? Is that possible? Or what? I mean, your mouth. Right? With him playing hits like Frankie Beverly's Before I Let Go. So he's playing, I mean, what are you doing? You're scratchy, or you're doing a little scratchy, and you're mixing songs together. So you're not... Okay, forget about it. I'm not going to go on about DJs, but I freaking hate them. Anyways, the sorrow of our isolation was lost in a fog of nostalgia, later followed by the likes of Questlove queuing up artists, battles. We'd see the year went on. D-Nice reminded us that the party can not only be wherever we make it, but also wherever we need it to be. I just hope you guys enjoy hell. That's all. Well, actually, I don't hope you enjoy it. I hope you hate every moment of it. March 22nd. 322 here. New York City begins 7 p.m. Cheer for, it's the 322, of course. The cheer for the frontline workers. Look at these kids wearing their muzzles. So evil. And then they're just going to tell you more of this garbage about people cheering on the nurses. Look at this. Look at this. I guess I can show it because, she's got the nipple things on. The stars, which, of course, you invert. And you've got the satanic sort of fake brassiere here. And then you've got, to cover it, to even bring it further, you've got the palindrome, the two girls, the twin symbolism. Red rum, murder, written backwards, of course. This is how they code a lot of their evilness. And Portland strip clubs start Boober Eats. Wonderful. So I'm assuming you order your food and you get boobs with it or something. Exotic dancers aren't typically considered essential workers. But the good folks. They're good folks. Good folks. There. At Portland, Oregon, home to the highest number of strip clubs per capita in the country. Isn't that interesting? Portland, Oregon. Is that a democratic state? They would probably beg to differ. In the early spring, employees at Lucky Devil Lounge. Oh, you can't even make this up, right? I mean, it is what it is. A local strip club in the area were lifting spirits. Get it? And earning well-deserved paycheck by delivering chicken wings and burgers to patrons' homes topless, throwing in a shimmy or two for good measure. Initially known as Boober Eats, the name was quickly changed to a certain ride-share service got involved, then Food to Go, then the Lucky Devil is now offering drive-through strip club services. So they actually put the links. This is how evil Rolling Stone is. Small asteroid gut, small one. that they're going to promote this satanic and like, look, like I understand strip clubs and these people are people and they're making money and they deserve to, make a living, and, sex is one of the oldest businesses there is, sort of thing, and, prostitution is as old as the hills. I understand all that. But come on, you know who's behind this and you know what they're up to, right? This is just evil. I mean, come on, seriously? And you think of all the mom and pop restaurants that were shuttered, and then you got these Lucky Devil lounges that are raking in big bucks because they can throw in their satanic sort of sexual magic in the delivery of their probably fake foods, highly processed and whatnot. Look at this thing. My word, is that a man in there? Tim Burgess starts Tim's Twitter listening party. There you go. Just more of this garbage where you're all your celebrities. It's just terrible people. I mean, beyond that, it's one thing to be a terrible person, right? You could just be a jerk off or a terrible person, but when you're a deceiver and you're lying about the most important things in the world, that makes you a extremely criminal person. So that all these celebrities that are partaking in this mass manipulation to destroy our world and bring about their new world order are enemies of humanity, to put it politely, YouTube community. So, yeah, extreme beta male with a floppy mop top hair. I've never seen these people. I don't know who they are. I've seen this one before. Dolly Parton, and of course, the Monarch Butterfly. And Dolly Parton's bedtime stories. And it's the exact same thing. Dolly Parton has been front and center pushing the whole scamdemic. She's turned up several times. And so all of these stories from the hideous satanic Rolling Stone all are about convincing you that staying at home and jerking off to tranny porn and voting for Biden and watching all your rights be ripped away, wearing a muzzle, being sprayed and having to stand in circles, all that is good. It's all good for you. Yeah. So she launched the Imagination Library and has gifted more than 100 million print books to pre-K kids across the world. Yeah, I wonder, just like Oprah Winfrey's book club, probably New York Times bestseller, is probably the type of stuff that will turn your kid into a rotten person. But as the pandemic took hold, Parton saw a new need from book-starved kids and frazzled parents alike and began sharing bedtime stories with Good Night with Dolly series, which premiered April and built to 10 episodes through June. The readings include Parton's own children's book, A Coat of Many Colors. Look, and they've got the links here. A Coat of Many Colors. Well, would that be a rainbow? Coat of Many Colors. Whoa. Good Night with Dolly. Wow. What a hideous creature. Good Lord. And I can't play any of this. You know how it's going to work, right? They'll flag it instantly. I wonder who did the book. Does it say who did the book here? Illustrated by Brooke Boynton Hughes. Yeah, you gotta wonder, right? You just gotta wonder if she's got the patched up sort of coat here to represent the diversity. Diversity. I hope this coat will bring you good luck and happiness. Although we had no money, I was rich as can be in my coat of many colors my mama made for me. Well, if you have no money, then how is it you have apples and all this stuff here and, everyone, it's just bull crap. They're programming the kids into communism, basically, right? So with patches on my britches and holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors, I hurried off to school. And then they got the social distancing. Isn't that interesting? They form a circle around. And then people were laughing and making fun. And all this. And then they told the story. And, it's just the best thing ever. Dolly Parton probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Just pushing this garbage. Anyways, let's go back here. And then there's another book she had, The Last Stop on Market Street. There's a hole in a log on the bottom of the lake. Oh, wonderful. Then look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. Again, it's another frickin' DJ. Jarvis Cocker. What a name. Jarvis Cocker. Look at this extreme beta male. I mean, look at this. Look at this. And he's drinking alcohol. They're promoting alcohol, of course. The stupid DJ thing, you know, twist some buttons, mix some songs, yip-de-dee-doo, destroy all the musicians' jobs out there. So you put these douchebags in your club. You can have your regurgitated satanic non-music being played. This all sounds the same anyways, doesn't it? Jarvis Cocker served like a champ this year, proving himself the kind of rock star you can count on. That's a rock star? It's like your Napoleon Bonaparte, right? Your Hollywood sort of mind control where they've inverted everything. These are your rock stars in 2020. Look at what a pathetic looking dweeb. And again, I don't know who this guy is, but they're talking about Ray Bradbury and stuff here. He did bedtime stories. So it's the same thing, right? Beyond the Pale horse, of course. Beyond the Pale. So that's his book, his album, his excellent new album. House music all night long. Well, you're stuck in your house, of course. Claustrophobic banger, as they say. He brought his domestic disco. It's all about staying in your home, you understand? You get it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. How evil is Rolling Stone? As he told Rolling Stone this summer, my girlfriend really helps me do it. It's a form of couples therapy. So he had little Saturday Night Fever to shut-ins everywhere. And he also did bedtime stories. Wow. When everyone went on pause globally, people had to reevaluate what was necessary in their lives and what they could do without. People deserve what they're getting. And then look at this. Riverdale does Hedwig and the Angry Itch. How evil is this stuff? Men all dressed up as women. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't even know what Riverdale is. It's the most glorious, nonsensical show on television. Nonsensical. Wig in a box. Interesting, eh? Exquisite corpse. Your entertainment is pure, unadulterated evil. All of it. Sorry, it is. Then you get this. Look at this again. So you got here they're promoting alcohol, here again, and then you got these clowns here, the Disney family sing-along. Same thing, the wine glasses. Just insanity. And it's more people in their homes. Be our guest. You've got a friend on me on Zoom. And of course it was aired on ABC and Disney Plus. Yeah. From E.J. Dixon. We've covered E.J. Dixon from before. Neil Young performing Through My Sales. And I was a big Neil Young fan when I was a kid. I saw him live a couple times. And he's a New World Order Agenda 21 shill from hell. And I'm sorry to say this. So you better wake up and smell the bullcrap with these characters because they're pushing all these agendas. They wouldn't be front and center getting tons of publicity and be household names without it. Then you got your whole BLM protesters hold dance in outside White House. Dance in outside, inside out. You know, they're inversion. Dance in outside. Dance in outside. And so is it English? You know, you're trying to China. But there you go, of course. And the Black Lives Matter, and they're the heroes, and they're the great people, and they're doing the scam demo. Look at this clown here too. The 16, 19 here. This guy. They claimed he died or whatever, and he just put his face. He's always got this real sullen, sunken look on his face here. John Lewis visits the BLM Plaza, which again, Black Lives Matter is irrelevant. All lives matter, of course, YouTube community, and that is offensive to everyone else because, what are you going to do? You're going to say Hispanic lives matter, and of course you can never say white lives matter, but they've just painted these things all over because it's all part of their one world, their new world order, deconstruct. So they claim he died there, and then look at this. Chloe X, yeah. Chloe X Hale or Halle releases Ungodly Hour. You cannot make this S-H-I-T up, of course. Ungodly Hour. Because this is their new world order. And these are the shills that are they're just little pawns for what they're up to. They made the deal, obviously. And they're partaking in what they want everyone to buy into. John Hamm and Patton Oswalt recreate the Battle of Wits on Quibi. Whatever. It's just another one of those examples of, they're doing it from their home and their basement, and just like all the late night talk show scumbags. And then you got this, July 13th, Washington, D.C. ditches racist NFL franchise name. So it's the Washington Redskins. Is it really all that racist? I mean, the way I look at it, of course, I know why they, it's New World Order and all that. But when you say, if you say the term Redskin is offensive, but if you're celebrating the warrior spirit of the quote unquote Redskins, is it really a negative thing, right? And I understand, like, the only people that can answer this are people that are Aboriginals who are not under the horrible mind control of the New World Order, meaning they're traditional Aboriginals. And if they find it offensive, then I agree with it. Then, it's okay to change those names, but they have to change everything. Of course, you know how it's all working, right? But I look at it, when you're the Braves, the Indians, the Indians kind of face is, you could say, is offensive, the smiling Redskin sort of thing, whatever, right? But you could also turn around and say, well, actually, you're honoring those people because they were great warriors. So do you want to not remember how great the warriors, the male warriors, the men that go to war? And anyways. Washington. It's all your pro sports is hideous New World Order cancer. July 23rd and December the 11th, Taylor Swift surprises the world with a new album. December the 11th, too. Isn't that interesting? New album twice. I mean, honestly, I've heard Taylor Swift songs, and I think they are just awful, first and foremost. And I think she hasn't 1 ounce of talent in her body. I think that she is just a hideous creature, and I can't stand her music. And I remember years back on Supreme Lord Commander making fun of her lyrics, how stupid her lyrics. How many songs does she have that are about her prince or a boy that dumps her in high school? I mean, it's all just mind control. It's probably written by, guys in New York City that prefer smaller hats and stuff, and probably coat it with all kinds of garbage. I just hate them all. Folklore and Evermore, interesting. And then you got this, August 26th, Milwaukee Bucks walk off NBA court in protest. I mean, like, who runs the NBA? Oh, let's talk about that. There you go, right? It's all just New World Order. It's just garbage. It's all part of their mind control. Lady Gaga wearing the full sort of face mask because this is what these hideous creatures do. So August 30th, Lady Gaga's VMA performance, whatever that is. VMA? What the hell is VMA? Video Music Awards? I mean, it's just evil. It's awful. And look at the horrible. She's got the cube here on the mask, right? Which is kind of like the Bane mask from the movie The Dark Knight, whatever, Dark Knight movies, right? It's all pandemic content, right? It's all fitting into their mind control. Then you got these hideous creatures here. Daniel Levy exudes joy in kilt. Looks more like a dress to me than a kilt, as he gushes over his dad's Emmys win. I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever. If you think that these people earn their awards, you're a retard. I mean, maybe in a way they do, because they do the shilling that they want them to do. They play the roles that they want them to play. But since, you're not allowed to talk, what are you allowed to talk about? You can talk about how awful white people are. Obviously, everybody knows that, right? YouTube community, white people are awful. And we got to talk about how kindness is everything. Women's rights are human rights. Black Lives Matter. Science is real. Don't forget about that one. But you can't talk about the people that run everything. So, they're there congratulating themselves. And look at this. Wow, look at that. He's got the Freemasonic. That's the left. So that's one of the Freemasonic sort of rituals where they roll up the left leg. And then he's got the different socks on. So it's a Freemasonic sort of little ritual there. And then, speaking of dresses, oh, look at this. Serotonin. Serotonin? Really? Serotonin. So serotonin crest in a wave of ocean spray. You wonder, and waves, of course, talk about the waves over and over again. So an older guy wearing a dress with a skateboard, and he's got his cranberry ocean spray cocktail here, and he's wearing, it looks like he's got freaking, I mean, these aren't socks. It looks like he's like legitimately got like stockings on here, and he's wearing a dress. And it's serotonin. So serotonin, little release of serotonin in your brain from Facebook and playing video games and all these things. This is how they control us. So serotonin crest in on wave of ocean spray. So much coding in this with the waves and everything else, right? And he's in it. He's at his trailer. He's got a trailer here, just setting the table for all of their. And it's the most majestic TikTok of the year. I've never even heard this person. And then look at this. It prompted Ocean Spray to gift Apodaca a new truck. It swayed American votership back into moderate liberalism, and it brokered COVID-19 vaccine breakthroughs. I mean, how much more absolute bullcrap can you shove in there, Rolling Stone? I mean, it's just so awful. Oh, it's the guy. So it's the guy that's skateboarding with the dreams playing in the background, and that's like the viral video. I think I caught that when it came out, and it's like, there's a reason why these things go viral. So there you go. Then you got this Ashley Parks La Vie on Rose solo, Emily in Paris. I guess your lesbian style programming that I don't even know. It's just more. All of this is going to tie into their scamdemic. I mean, every one of these stories. And look at this here. Miley Cyrus with the double C here. Heart of Glass cover. Oh, I wonder what that could be about. Heart of Glass? The Blondie song? Interesting. So, this hideous creature coming forth. And then, October the 7th, Kamala, I'm speaking crossed with girls in the hood on TikTok. And they build it up like that she's some character that had to overcome all this stuff. She grew up in Westmount in Montreal here, which is the richest borough in all of Canada. It's the mansion capital of Canada. It's all up on the Mount Royal. It's very lovely. So she's half Indian too, which they won't tell you. Well, I mean, they'll use it when they can. But yeah. And isn't it interesting that they remixed Megan Thee Stallion's Girls in the Hood? And the soundbite compared with Megan Thee Stallion's defiant lyrics. And I'll read them out. Profanity warning. Fuck being good. I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live. It's a perfect anthem for women sick and tired of being interrupted by mediocre men. MM33, mediocre men. Megan Thee Stallion. Stallion, of course, is a male horse. Put out the stud. So this is what your potential, I know they're all actors, but potentially your next president, because it probably Biden's not going to. I mean, the guy's already losing his marbles, so, there's a good, strong chance that this person will come in and take the reins at some point, right? But this is what they promote. F being good, I'm a bad bitch, I'm sick of mother effers trying to tell me how to live. You're the vice president, to be of the most powerful nation in the world, and that's the type of message you send out to kids? That's pretty evil. Look at this. Ooh, nice armpit hair. Maria Bakalova's period danced in Borat's subsequent movie film. Borat, of course, the hideous, horrible, evil, terrible, awful, worst, one of the worst people in the world, Sacha Baron Cohen, who called upon Facebook and other social media to wipe out freedom of speech at the ADL last year. But of course, instead of showing that, they'll show you Borat. And he can say all these things, and he can say, throw the Jews down the well and sing songs. Oh, yeah, but it's okay when he does things. Because, right? But there you go. Monkey cannibalism. Isn't this interesting? So there are many wonderful, bizarre moments in the Madcap Borat sequel. The infamous Rudy Giuliani altercation, the adult babysitter Janice Jones star turn, the encounter with QAnon believers in a cabin in the woods, which is part of their symbolism, right? Cabin in the woods. You ever seen the movie? Monkey cannibalism. Well, they're all into that. But our personal favorite is when that hideous creature, Borat, and Tutar, played by newcomer Maria Bakalova, show up at the Southern Debutante Ball and decide to introduce the bemused attendees to their version of Kazakh fertility dance, complete with menstrual blood running down the Tutar's legs. The onlookers are horrified, but everyone watching on Amazon Prime, we all are, we're rolling on the floor. But if you think about that, if she's got pregnancy blood rolling down the floor, and she's got her armpit hair working and all this, they're mocking sort of female fertility, right? Because they're showing it's messy and it's gross, and that's why purposely she has, the arm. It even looks like, I would say, that not only the armpit, that's probably like fake armpit hair, but they put that in on purpose, right? Or they dyed it, just to make it stand out more. But they're mocking, because that's what Borat does. Sacha Baron Cohen, he's mocking. Like, if you think about it, if we were to apply racism, so think about the stereotypes that in the past, Andy Rooney and people like that, in Hollywood, for portraying, say, Japanese people, or you could say the blackface type of stuff that they like to do, or they've done over decades. That would be considered extremely racist, and you would probably get your career ruined if you partook in something like that. But Sacha Baron Cohen acts like he's like this hideous, incestuous, backwards, racist, homophobic. I hate that term, but you know what I mean. Like all like his character, even though it's a funny character, is actually a pantomime of white, sort of Caucasian males, right, from Kazakhstan, right? So that's purposeful because, and then, you could say, well, because Kazakhstanians would be offended potentially. I'm sure a lot of them are by his character because but it doesn't matter. The evil people run the media, so the evil people do whatever they want, and the evil people and the evil puppets can play out their roles. That's just how it works. November 3rd, all 6 weed-related bailout, no, 33, of course. All 6 weed-related ballot initiatives passed, 6 of them. So that's passed because they want you stoned, they want you on drugs, they want you taking alcohol, and they want you... And they're GMOing the weed, and God knows what else they're putting in the weed, because it's all a form of their mind control. And it's a way that they can pacify you and keep you, in their lockstep sort of thing. So they're pushing all of that. Then they got November the 7th. Gritty takes over Biden-Harris victory party. Gritty is the orange, sort of freaky-looking mascot of the Philadelphia Flyers, who has become... they made into a viral sensation sort of thing and popping up everywhere and doing things that, gets people attention. As they say, what is Gritty, a hockey mascot? Sure, but so much more. As one Gritty fan on Twitter put it, he's more like the manifestation of their city as a god, like Roma. Which is interesting because, like, Philadelphia, I don't mean to bash anybody from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, but, I mean, that's the biggest joke ever, the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia does not have... I've never been to Philly. I've been by it, and I was like, yeah. No, I would go to Philly, but maybe for a cheesesteak or something. But I mean, seriously, I mean, it's hardly the friendliest place on the planet. But nonetheless, right? I guess you could say if you were to really, I mean, you think of the Broad Street Broly's, but anyways, I digress. Look at this. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air cast reunites on HBO Max. Your mind control from your youth back to mind control you further. Your shills, your hideous creatures that partook, that have made the deals. And it's all pushing the agendas, undoubtedly. And, of course, it's all like a reunion where you're all in your home and it's interesting they're not social distancing in this picture. But it's okay. The rules are for the fools, right? And then November the 9th, drummer prodigy Nandi Bushell hangs out on Zoom with her idol Dave Grohl. She's got the purple, and she's playing the drums. And then she was becoming a star, and this is how it works, right? Probably the girl can play. I've never seen her play, but she could probably play. She probably, not the hardest thing in the world to pick up drums. I play drums, right? But this is how they do it. A little black girl, and they're going to use her, right? And say, hey, we'll give you a career. Just get the sheeple to embrace their totalitarianism. Get the sheeple to encourage each other to stay in their homes and use little girls and bring in, sold out music stars like Dave Grohl and push this. And he said, #1, Supergirl, best drummer in the world. Yeah, whatever. And get the frig out of here. I feel like I'm meeting a beetle. It's so dumb. And then look at this. Wow, of course. Harry Styles appears on cover of Vogue in a dress. Yeah, they're just evil people. These are evil people doing evil things in an evil publications in an evil world, or at least the world that they're trying to turn full evil. And why should anybody be surprised that Rolling Stone, one of the 33 things that they chose, November the 11th, 33 again, right? Or sorry, the 13th, right? And appears on the cover of Vogue in a dress. It is what it is. It's your mind control. Inverting, inside out, just complete insanity, turning chaos. They're unleashing chaos everywhere. And they laugh at it because they are all Satanist, obviously. But there you go. And then what else you got? Oh, this one, of course, which I'm sure you caught, which is chock full of symbolism, of course, which is the tiny owl emerges from the Center Christmas tree. And they show you the tiny owl. This is total story here. The Rockefeller Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center in New York City. Gee, I wonder what the symbolism is. There's nothing there. It's just an owl. Right? And then Ratatouille, the musical, the rats here. And I've never seen, is it a movie or television? I guess it's a movie. It's like a Disney movie. Is it Pixar? It's the New World Order. I don't know. There are movies about rats because there's a lot of rats. Meyer Garcetti is a rat, right? Skullface there in New York City. I mean, they're all rats. Fauci, they're rats. And no offense to rats. In fact, I just offended rats. Rats are much better creatures than most of these characters. But they want you to embrace the rats. And, of course, it's more of this stay at home and, do all this. And they got December the 11th here. Karen O's quiet tribute to David Berman. Quiet tribute. Karen O, David Berman. And we got this thing, cultural appropriation here with the feminism, the rose, the black heart, right? Just more hideous. So David Berman of the Silver Jews, easily one of the best rock lyricists of the three. I guess so. I mean, yeah. Rolling Stone said so. Yeah, it's true, right? David Berman of the Silver Jews. Wonder what that could be about. So they're having Berman tributes. Wonderful. And then check this out. Smokey Robinson's Chanukah cameo. CC33 Chanukah cameo. Smokey Robinson. Look at this thing. How much plastic surgery has this creature had? Dressed all in purple. And that's the top story. So the top two stories are, well, you got the rats, and then you've got the tribute to the Silver Jews, and then you've got the Chanukah cameo. So the top three stories are the rats, the tribute to the Silver Jews, and the Chanukah cameo. I wonder who controls Rolling Stone magazine. Smokey Robinson, all dressed in purple. There you go. Saturn. Since the dawn of Semitic time, Jews have bickered over the proper spelling of the Festival of Lights, but the pronunciation has been forever clear. Hanukkah. And that's your top story. Yep. Top story of 2020. So when Smokey Robinson fan paid for the Motown legend to record Happy Hanukkah, the singer charmingly called it Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is. It puts us in a bind. On one hand, it's definitely Hanukkah. On the other hand, it's Smokey Robinson, one of the greatest gifts of the 20th century. So it's Chanukah. Jason Newman wrote the article. Wonderful. Yeah, it's just evil. It's what it is. You know, I mean, is there any confusion? Do you know people that have Rolling Stone? If you've got a kid or a teenager, or if you know a friend or a roommate that has Rolling Stone, go and burn all your Rolling Stone. Take them out and burn them right now, and just say, I just did you a favor. And this is satanic, idiotic mind control of the New World Order. It's pure evil, and that's all it is. And yeah, it is what it is, folks. I mean, this is just your 33 New World Order, stay at home, embrace the scamdemic, do everything that we want you to do, be good cattle, eat your fake food, drink your get drunk, get stoned, listen to Lady Gaga, listen to the fat people on their flutes, the incredibly fat people, the body positivity people who have the worst bodies in the history of the world. It is what it is. Anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Come and support me if you can. My Patreon link's in the description. I really appreciate that. I will be back tomorrow. It's the big Patreon show, Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Jeff C. Live. Yeah. Should be a lot of fun. Always just really look forward to these shows, so I'm really looking forward to it. And it gives me a chance to interact directly with people that support the show. So if you can, come and support the show. Maybe get on. Anyways, much love to you all. And be the change you want to see. Fight the good fight. Stand up to this and call out all this evilness. Thank you so much. See you guys all on the next one.